Well, obviously everyone's going to struggle with a new system. There's so many fine details to an NFL-type defensive scheme. But as of now, we're getting it down really well. The defense is starting to come together. Obviously still mistakes here and there. Everybody knows there's going to be mistakes with a new system, but it's going really well. I'm sure you guys have heard it's a lot more aggressive defense, which is a lot more fun for all of us. And it's just a total different scheme. Learning the whole defense is a challenge for everyone, and that's probably the biggest difference.
Talk to me about how things are going for you so far this spring.
Everything's going well. I mean, we're going full throttle now, full pads, so it's going good. I feel like we had a few very good, intense practices, so everything's well.
New defensive coordinator, new defensive concepts in many ways. How difficult has it been?
I mean, it's been a little difficult, but I mean I think it just tests your game a little bit to see how well you understand and pick up things. So I know it's been difficult for the whole D, but I feel like we're up and running now, and I feel like everybody understands it pretty well. So
how is it different?
I feel like it's just a lot more aggressive than the last defense. I mean, we're in the grill and we're moving.
Yeah, I used to look online, see people saying, oh, like he's transferring, he's leaving. I used to look at it and think like, whoa, like where did that come from? Like I never thought about leaving here or nothing. It's just, I guess people seen the hard times that I was going through and they felt like I was leaving, but it never crossed my mind to leave this place.
How are you better on the field now, do you think, in your mind? What things can you do better now than before you got hurt?
I'm way faster. That's one thing. I improved my speed dramatically, like a lot. And catching the ball out the backfield, and just from when I hurt my knee before, power, like I'm real powerful now. I ain't playing the whole year, so when I came back, like I'm hitting the hole, and I'm like, guys, like I don't know where that power came from. So now I'm a little bit more powerful than I ever been.
Honestly, I got lucky with coming in last year and having Zach and Watt there for a year to learn from and see how they did things and see how they work. And I mean, Coach Eastham preaches about it all the time. Those two guys are the greatest examples in the country to learn from. And me and the 4 other freshmen were extremely blessed to come in when we did. But in terms of playing this year, I mean, I'm working my butt off to be the guy that our coaching staff can count on to get the job done at the tackle position, and that's one of mine, but I mean, it's obviously up to them.
You know, the kind of growing pains that Mike is, I'm still going through a lot of them, but, you know, Mike is going through a lot of the same things that I went through, and it's like I said, it's a unique process, and I'm just trying to do whatever I can to, you know, just support him.
Overall right now, how do you think this line is coming together? You're replacing a couple of guys that played some very good football here for years.
You know, the offensive line at Notre Dame is really trying to, you know, as a unit, we're trying to have 0 drop-off. And, you know, huge shoes to fill with, with Zach and Watt moving on, but we think that, you know, we're just going to keep working and you know, come in every day and work to improve ourselves as you know, individuals and as a unit, most importantly.
This place is starting to become known as tight end U. So what's it like for you to be the next guy who has a chance to make a real name for himself as a Notre Dame tight end?
You know, it's an honor, first and foremost, you know, with all the tradition, like you said, that's kind of come through year after year after year, especially at the tight end position. It is an honor, you know, kind of just to be, you know, in line to receive that eventually, and to something, I mean, that's something to strive for. You know, it is exciting, so.
Tight ends have a lot of responsibilities and the potential to do a lot of things on the field. How do you evaluate where your game is at right now? You
know, that's very true, especially in this offense too. You know, we're always doing different things, whether it's being attached, you know, having to block a big 6 technique, or splitting out and having to run a route against a corner, things like that. And it is a big responsibility, you know, and it's kind of an honor at the same time as well, having that responsibility on you, and being a guy who can, you know, do a little bit of everything.